Yo guys, what you telling me? Welcome. What you guys saying? So I've been having chats with who we got. Guess who and that. Do you know the significance of that formula you just put on there, guess? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. One second, I just need to turn this on TikTok. Although on TikTok, guys, I'm not interacting with students. I'm only interacting on YouTube. Sweet. Uh, all right, cool. We're live, man. Sick. So who else we got? Ritwick, what are you saying? Hey, Sinan, welcome. Mythic, what are you telling me? Hey, what's up? Star Wars, welcome back, man. You were in my year 13 lesson yesterday. Getting ahead of the game, innit? What's up, Omega? Hey, Claire. What's up, Enzo? Ahlam, what's up? Noah, the OG. One of my old GCSE students. Respect. What's up, Florian? Lun Gang and that. Let's go. Hey, Ashna. One of my OG students as well. Hope you're having a good summer. Hey, Kimberly. Am I going to do applied as well? Hey, Artom. In terms of these sessions, this summer, I'm not going to be doing applied, but in my full year 12 course, I will cover all of year 12. So you have that to look forward to. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Yuva. Lun Gang and Nat. Yeah, Kimberly, you're in the right place. Hey, Jakub. What are you saying? Hey, Pramit. Hey, guys, I respect the hustle, man. You're in your summer holidays and you're coming to learn some maths to prepare you for next year, which I'm very impressed by. Also, I feel like my green screen is bugging a little bit. One second. Keep chatting, you lot. Can you see my hand? When I wave it, it moves a bit weird, but I can change that. I'm gonna keep waving until it kind of goes. It probably looks so weird. All right, there we go. That's a bit better. All right, sick. Although right now the top of my head is disappearing. All right, sick. When I have a white background, it might look a bit strange. I might have to keep adjusting. Also, you have access to year 13 live. Yeah, of course, guys. If you want to come into my year 13 live streams, feel free. They're on Tuesday at 11 o'clock. They're free as well. Yes, Ishak, the OG calculator. What are you saying, man? Yo, Sakif, Lun Gang and that. Guys, if you don't know about Lun Gang, you need to go to my TikTok, innit? So it's on my screen at NeilDoesMaths. I see a few people on TikTok as well. Guys, if you're watching me from TikTok, I can't see the chat. So if you want to interact with me, you need to hit me up on YouTube. So same NeilDoesMaths on YouTube. Come to me there and say hello, innit? Yo, Themi. Yo, Matt. Yes, rushing home from work. Where you working? What are you saying, Darius? President Afro, what are you saying? Hey, Wilhelmina. You seem a bit fuzzy. Yeah, Ishak, I'm getting new lights as well to help with that. Is it possible to learn A-level maths on my own while still going to lessons? Omega, do you mean like working ahead? Then yeah, for sure. I mean, when I was your guys' age, I'd already done AS maths. In year 12, I did my full A-level maths. So it's definitely possible. Neil, is it possible to learn A-level maths from next year, January, till June 2025? So do you mean, Jakub, if you start half a year later, then yeah, for sure. But my advice, Jakub, would be, for example, to start in September with me. So then I take you through the motion and then you just, in school, whatever, you start with them in January, but you start in September with me. Florian, you're going to become an OG Lun Gang member, man. Hey, Desire. Hey, Nazra. All right, so guys, welcome again to my session. So this is completely free. And also, guys, there's homeworks to these sessions. So it's like 3 questions just to keep your brain warm. And also video solutions to every single question I set. So if you want access to that, just message me and I can add you to the platform. Again, it's all free for you. It's just for you to kind of keep your brains active, innit? I'm teaching myself A-level maths to sit in the summer. Is it worth watching year 12 and 13? Hugo, that's difficult because even though I keep up the pace, to do year 12 and 13 at the same time is quite difficult. Hugo, message me after this, and it's easier if we have a little bit of a conversation about that. When did I do my A-level, my AS maths? I'd started in year 11. You're my final hope for maths. I got you A. So what did you do? So what did we do? Because I just joined. Kimberly, this is the first session for everyone. So right now, so traditionally, when you finish year 11 and go into year 12, you do something known as bridging the gap. And then when you start year 12, you usually do like an assessment in school. Well, when I was head of A-level maths in my school, you do a little assessment to see where the students are at and if you need interventions. So what I'm doing now is kind of prepare you for that. Is A-level maths that difficult? Scrap. No. It takes a lot of work, but A-level maths really is not that difficult. Further maths, though, different story. Put your mind. Nice one, Ishak. Ishak's being conditioned by me. How's it going? What's up, Frank? About an hour, Mohammed. Do you need the workbook? Guys, like I said, if you log into my platform, like I said, it's all free. There is a workbook for all of these sessions, so you can print them out, write along with me, or you could just hang out with me, chill out, do some maths with me, drop a comment, and we can have some fun in it. So I can see a few of you on TikTok. What's up, TikTok? If you want to interact with me, though, you need to hit me up on YouTube, innit? All right, so for a lot of you, this might be the first time you're meeting me, innit? So I'm just going to do a quick overview over who I am. If you've come from TikTok, you've probably seen a ton of my videos, Lun Gang, all of this stuff, innit? But overall, guys, I am a fully qualified teacher. I just like to have a bit of fun with it, like TikTok and all that stuff. You know, maths has, a bad rep for being boring. I want to make sure that you guys have fun as well, yeah? Because maths is fun. It's just, maybe you've been taught in a boring way, innit? So I'm a fully qualified teacher. I've had over 8 years of teaching experience. I went to UCL to do maths, and I got first class. Then I've been the head of A-level maths in schools in London. So shout out if you're a Londoner. If you're not in London, though, where you guys watching me from? And are some of you abroad? That's what I want to know. How many of you are chilling by the beach watching my streams, innit? What are you saying, Aman? Oh yeah, I do teach further maths. I don't have a specific course for it at the moment, but if you keep up to date with my TikTok, I will upload further maths content. So, and always, like I said, guys, I got 2 A stars for my A levels in my maths and further maths, and I was 16 years old when I did my normal maths A level. So I started A level maths in year 11. So, if you search me on LinkedIn, you'll find out what schools I did teach in. Is this for year 11? Yes, Claire. So this year 11's going into year 12. Yeah. If you're in year 12 going into year 13, you want my session from yesterday. So if you're going into year 13, you want to join me on a Tuesday at 11 o'clock. Yeah. Nice one, Yakub. Where in India are you chilling? Ritwik in Kenya. Nice. G's balling. I wish, man. I wish. So yeah, that's a little overview of me, guys. So a few of you have been messaging me about my course as well. Somewhere in the middle of this, I'm going to talk about my course a little bit. Then at the end, I have some special announcements for you guys, innit? Is A-level maths really hard as people make out to be? Philip, the people who say A-level maths are hard are the ones who haven't been on the grind. Trust me, A-level maths is not that hard. In my opinion, biology A-level is harder than A-level maths, innit? So shout out to everyone doing A-level biology. So about an hour, Iman. Yesterday's stream, just go on my live section on my YouTube channel and you can see yesterday's streams. Okay, guys, so like I said, I'm not going to do anything too intensive. I'm just keeping your brains active. Yeah, we're hanging out. We do some maths together. I'm going to show you kind of build you guys up for what I would expect you guys to come into year 12 with a specific standard. Yeah. So any question I have, I want you guys to start telling me what you guys would do. Yeah. So 2A, we're going to look at our rules of indices. Over here, I've got the rules that I would have done with my GCSE students. So these are things that I would expect you to know. As you read through them, guys, part A, what would you say the answer is? Just looking at the comments. Giveaway. I wish there was a giveaway. What A levels did I do? So I did maths, further maths, chemistry, economics. So I got my 2 A stars in maths and further maths. Chemistry, I got an A. Economics, I got an A. You did. Yes, I'm in. Come on. You're coming to do some more work, innit? That's what I want to hear. The grind never stops. The grind never stops. Biology, yeah. Biology, oh god. I have like PTSD from doing biology AS. I actually dropped it. Okay, so guys. Thanks Jacob, Tahira, Mayowa for writing their answers. And guys, can you see Ishak put 2 pluses in there? If you agree with someone's answer, yeah, you could put plus in the chat. Okay, so when do you think 5A levels are manageable? Tom, I would probably say it's a bit more difficult now because you do all of the exams at the end, right? So my advice is do a maximum of 4. But if you're a mega genius, go for it, man. I will never want to stop you from doing that. Okay, so guys, when we multiply indices, things with indices, we do the numbers first. 2 times 5, 10. Then we multiply the terms that have the same base. So e to the power of 7 times e squared. We add the powers, don't we? That's using rule number 1. So it'll be e to the power of 9. Sweet. All right, guys. Part B. What would you do first? What would you do first with part B? With these sessions as well, they're going to progressively get much harder quite quickly because I'm giving you guys an introduction to, I guess, my full course. So with part B, guys, I love that you're all getting 10e to the power of 9. What are we saying with part B? And also, I forgot to mention, guys, so you keep up to date with all of my content, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel because I do a ton of free stuff for you guys. Like small clips, but really TikTok would be suitable, so make sure you follow me on TikTok and also hit the like button so it promotes this to as many people as possible. All right, sweet. So we have to do the numerator first. Nice one, Pramit. So we address that first. It's kind of like an invisible bracket here. Yeah, so you always address the numerator and denominator first. So we have 5 times 4, so we have 20. Then we have x power of 9 times x power of 4. So 9 plus 4 is 13, divided by 2x cubed. Then we're going to do 20 divided by 2, which is 10. Then we have x power of 13 divided by x cubed. So that we're using rule 2, right? So we're going to subtract the powers. So that's x to the power of 10. What's the difference between your video? So Philip, the videos on YouTube are like tiny clips of me just doing, because there's not much. YouTube has a restriction in terms of what I can upload in terms of length. I'll tell you a bit more about my full course in a bit, but my full course would look something like this, but I teach you the full curriculum, homeworks, video solutions, mentors, all of that stuff. So yeah, YouTube is restricted, but maths is maths, right? All right, with this second one, what would you guys do first? So I'm kind of like adding a ton of brackets here. Man like Ishak, come on. So with this one, we have to address the brackets, right? Now, we have the main bracket, this one here, which means we actually have to address what's inside the blue brackets first. But within those blue brackets is another bracket, the x squared squared. So we actually have to address that bit first. So we're going to do x squared squared, which we're then going to use rule number 3. Yeah, we multiply these 2's together to make x to the power of 4. And then we have the times x squared, and then we have squared, and then we have the times x squared at the front. All right, sweet. Now we can address what's inside here, right? So we get x squared times, and we still need to maintain that bracket. I'm just going to color code it so you guys can see which bits I'm doing. X squared times x to the 4, we're going to add the powers. That's rule number 1, right? So that's x to the power of 6. Then we have the squared outside. I see you lot saying x power 14. L Bob, I'm in the skies. Nice. You were in my year 13 live stream for 8 hours. That's crazy. I respect it. L Bob and that, come on. Okay, here we're going to use rule number 3. Multiply these together. So 6 times 2, 12. Then multiplying, finally we add the powers. So x power 14, nice you lot. So a lot of you said x power 14. And also, just some code words, because you guys need to get with the Lun Gang trend. So if you're been following me on TikTok, Lun Gang is our crew. Yeah, so you hashtag Lun Gang everywhere. That's how we gain like 30,000 followers in like a month. It's crazy. Like, exam season was mad. Noah, El Mosey and that's specific to my streams, which is crazy. El Mosey, if you spam that, that's calm. You can get into the into the trend of that. But another one is noise. So if I ever say noise, you basically spam that in the chat because I say it instinctively. Another one that's new is whenever I say good stuff, I might not actually say good stuff. I'll say Gustavo. So Gustavo. Shout out to my best friend Gustavo. So I don't say good stuff. I say Gustavo. Yo, SM7. What are you saying? So remember those guys. Lun Gang, Noise, and Gustavo. And El Mosey, if you know about the old the old trends we were starting. We created so many trends. That's the cool thing about what we're doing, yeah? We create trends together and then we kind of just spam social media and everyone knows about us. It's so funny. Okay. So if x is 2 to the power p, y is 2 to the power q, express the following in terms of x and or y. So guys, 2 to the power p minus q, if x is 2 to the power p and y is 2 to the power q, how would you rewrite this in terms of x and y? I don't do maths degree content, SM. It's just not enough demand for it. Yes, Frank. Zhang and Nat, come on. Yeah, and you need to upgrade your calculator, Shaq. It's time. You can't use your brain anymore doing it in your head. Hey, Samaya. Long time no see for sure. Nice, Tahira. So, guys, I see Tahira's answering the question, part A. Electro is a transition into A-level maths. So these are like core skills you really need to be fluent with to get you into A-level maths. Yeah, so year 12. So what's going on here? When there's a minus in a power, yeah, guys, remember it means divide. Yeah, it means divide. So we're doing 2 to the power of p divided by 2 to the power of q. But I've told you 2 to the power of p is x and 2 to the power of q is y. So this is x divided by y. Yeah, and this is useful for when we do things like simultaneous equations in A-levels. Yeah? So, try the same thing, guys, with part B. How would you write 2 to the power of 2q in terms of either x or y? Themi, give it a few tries. Yeah, you'll see. It just takes a bit of... might be a new question that you've not seen before. But remember, I'm giving you a brief outline in terms of skills you need to be comfortable with. Nice, Iman and Darius. So remember, Frank, if the power has negative, and Afro, if the power has a negative, it means you're dividing. Yeah, when we deal with indices, a negative in the power means you're dividing. I see you, Tahira. In the skies, I see you. Nice, Yakov, for the previous part. Okay, so guys, with this one, 2q. Here, we have multiplied the powers, right? So, if we go back, that is this rule, where you multiply. Yeah, we're multiplying. So, you can literally rewrite this as 2 to the power of q bracket squared. Yeah, because then you'd multiply the powers. And the reason I wrote 2 to the power of q is because that's the form I'm interested in, right? And then 2 to the power of q is y, so it's y squared. Yeah, this one is a very important one for when we do exponentials in year 12. Yeah, so I'm kind of giving you guys an introduction into these things, but they're very, very important. All right, part C, 8 to the power of p. What do you guys think? 8 to the power of p. Primate, I know what you've written and why. Be careful though. You have to think about 8 as not a multiple of 2, But remember, we're dealing with indices. So I see a lot of you writing 4x. Remember, we're dealing with indices, so we're thinking about powers. So yes, 8 is 2 times 4, but we're dealing with indices, so we're thinking about powers. Jakob, you're close, unless that was for the previous part. Okay, now you guys are changing your answer and you're starting to think about it properly. I see you in the skies, and Aryan. Guys, also in the YouTube corner, make sure it says live in red, because then you're up to date with the stream, yeah? All right, good. I see a lot of you writing x cubed now. So 8. So when we have 8 to the power of p, 8 is 2 cubed, yeah? So when we do indices, you want to be thinking about powers, not multiples, yeah? So it's 2 cubed to the power of p. Now, this is very similar now to part B. The only thing is I want 2 to the power of p, yeah? I want 2 to the power of p. So because it's multiplication, yeah, it doesn't matter which way round we do this. We can just swap them around, yeah, because we're multiplying them, right? So this is the same as 2 to the power of p cubed. Well, Frank, we wrote as 2 cubed, but then we need to switch the powers so that it then is in the form. Hey, Mohammed. So 2 to the power of p is x, and then we have that cubed. Nice. All right, part D, guys, have a go. 2 to the power of q plus 2. You gotta think, what happens when you have a plus in the power? What are you guys thinking? And remember, all of these streams are saved in case you guys want to go back on something. This should all form part of your revision. 2 to the power of q plus 2. You're thinking, what is the plus? I see you, Tahira. Always rapid with your solutions. I like it. Fast thinker. Apocalypse, you're close. Very, very close. In the skies, I see you. Ishak, remember y squared was part B. Frank, you're very close. All right, so what do we say a plus in the power means? It means multiplication, right? So it's 2 to the power of q times 2 squared, right? Now, 2 squared is just 2 squared. There's no x or y at all, right? But we know 2 to the power of q is y. So it's y times 2 squared, which is 4. And there we go, guys, 4y. Yeah? So here, I'm showing you guys a key skill, and these kind of things in A-level maths will help us do simultaneous equations, yeah? So keep an eye on that. I do a lot of that in my full course. All right, evaluate these numbers. Now, technically, A-level maths is always calculator, yeah? But for part A, B, and C, we need to practice the skills so that we can do things like part D, which you can't use a calculator. So for everything we're doing now, guys, don't use a calculator. But part A, what would that simplify to? Ishak, remember it was 2 to the power of q plus 2. So the plus in the power means multiplication. So it's 2 to the power of q times 2 to the power of 2. Yeah, because it was q plus 2. So that's where we got the 2 squared from. So in terms of this, so whenever it's plus, it means you... so whenever you see a plus apocalypse in the power, it means you're multiplying the base number by the 2 different things in the power. Yeah? All right, good, guys. So a minus... So remember, a minus in the power means recip. I've just written rip. What does rip mean? Recip. Okay, so minus, we're going to flip the fraction. Yeah, so flip the fraction meaning 3. So 3, when we flip it, becomes 1 over 3. But the 2 needs to stay on the number. Yeah? So that's 1/9. Good. All right, what about the next one, guys? 4/5. What's going to be covered today? Iman, just indices. I'm going to do backwards applications of indices. Like, we're going to do some quite tough questions as well towards the end. Desire, keep... So I'm just doing like a revision, a small revision course here. You can watch back previous parts as well. But as you go along, trust me, it will start to get easier and easier. What I'd recommend, if you want, is to like take a screenshot of these. So the rules. The rules will help you navigate the lesson, yeah? So you can go back and screenshot that for me. All right, good. So guys, the negative means to flip the fraction. Yeah, so here we're going to recip the fraction. So it becomes 5/4. But then don't forget the squared. And the squared goes to both the numerator and the denominator. Yeah, 5 squared, 25. 4 squared, 16. Nice. All right, next one, guys, part C. Here you might want to take it in stages if you write it down for me. So why don't you guys take a second, just write down some things. What would you guys say? I love the participation as well. Yeah, nice one, guys. Loads of 25/16s. I see you in the skies. Nice. I don't know if it's correct yet. Give you guys a chance. I was just reading back Apocalypse. Plus plus. Jakob agrees. Ishak, you squared them. The second fraction, you squared them rather than cubing them. You're on the right line, but you didn't cube the second fraction. You squared the second fraction. Pramit also agrees. So 2/9. 2/9 to the -1, we're flipping it, right? So we become 9/2 times. Then this one, we're going to flip the fraction, 3/4. But then we're going to cube it. Cube and calculate our practice. You guys been chilling for too long, man. So we have 9/2 times 3 cubed is 27. And then 4 cubed is 64. And then it does give you the answer you guys have been saying. So 243 over 128. Nice. Then finally, part D, guys. Why don't you simplify that for me? Nice, Sinan. Nice, Darius. You're right, H. Good stuff. Gustavo. Take your time with part D. Things might simplify there. Good, Nazra. Don't forget to like the video, guys. It helps me out a lot. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. I see you, Tahira. Rapid. Well, Philip, that's why I'm doing this, right? You guys naturally would be rusty. But it's important we stay up to date, right? Because you don't want to start year 12 and then you just haven't got a clue how to even do maths. Jakob, with the previous one, you just forgot to cube. You squared 3 rather than cubed it. Yeah, Samaya, we have to exercise. We have to keep it slightly exercised. That's why I'm only doing about an hour each week. Yeah, we're going to keep your brain active slightly. And then when September hits, we will do it a bit more serious. Well, very serious when it hits September. How much money to get a buzz cut? Man, it's a good question. It would take a lot of money to convince me to get a buzz cut. I used to have a buzz cut when I was at uni. All right, the negative, we have to flip the fraction, x over y. But then we have the power 5. So power 5, power 5. We don't really need the bracket there anymore. Then here we have y over x cubed. We just need to distribute the cube. So y cubed over x cubed. Okay. And again, you don't really need the brackets here. So I'm going to get rid of them just to reiterate that we don't actually need it. Now from here, guys, you can multiply the top and the bottom, but you can see that things do cancel in the numerator and denominator. Do I have a man bun? I have a man bun for sure. It's looking a bit weak at the moment, but I do have the man bun. Now, we know when we divide, we subtract the powers, right? So 5 take away 3 makes 2. Then here, 3, so the 3 on the top, take away the 5. So the 3 take away the 5 makes minus 2. Now, there's different ways you can write this. So we have x squared, y to the minus 2, or we don't really like negative powers. So the best answer here is x squared over y squared. Because remember, the negative means recip, right? It means put into the denominator. So when you cancel these things, you could have just, instead of saying minus 2, you could have changed that to a 2 and just cancelled that instead. Yeah? All right, nice. Next one, guys. Evaluate these. So A, what would you guys say? So we need to recap what happens when we have fractional powers. And again, very important for when we deal with algebra. Yeah? So we have to recap what fractional powers mean. Nice, Priyanka, for the previous part. Nice, Reese, with the pluses. I assume that's for the previous part. Noah makes a return. Some slightly different answers here. Interesting. Oh, wait. Tahira, I think you've done the part B. Because you have a fraction, right? Okay, good, guys. So the denominator, so remember the denominator tells you the root, and then the numerator tells you the power. Yeah, so we're doing this, the root of 9, so the second root of 9. So what multiplies by itself to give you 9? And here we're doing the positive root, yeah? So this is the root function, which is always positive. Yo, Ollie, Lun Gang and that. So addressing the root first, we would get 3. Then we still have the cube. Then 3 cubed is 27. Nice. All right, guys, what about part B then? Flower power, Yuva. What does that mean? Is that a way of remembering something? Flower power. See a few of you saying 1 over 32 for this one. Samaya agrees. So what we saying, the negative means recip, right? So we'd say 1 over 4, and then we keep the power. 5 over 2, right? And then, like Yuva says, flower power or something like that. So we do the root first. Root of 4 is 2. So we have 2 to the power of 5. Then 2 to the power of 5 is 32. Sweet. Good job. All right, what about part C then? What are you guys saying for that one? It's a method taught at school. Flower power. Interesting. I can understand what the power section of the statement, but what does the flower part mean? That's why I'm interested. Oh, you forgot it though. Okay, fine. I guess you can't tell me then. All right, those of you say 9 over 16, let's check it. So the negative, let's flip it first. So with these ones, I don't actually distribute the power straight away. So I say 27 over 64. Then I keep it as 2/3 because I don't want to write 2/3 on both the top and the bottom. So I just say I'm doing it to the top and the bottom. So 27, so we're now cube rooting it. Yeah, so we're going to cube root first. What times by itself 3 times gives you 27? The answer is 3. What times by itself 3 times gives you 64? The answer is 4. And then we have squared. And then we distribute that to the power, distribute the power to numerator and denominator. 9 over 16. Good job, guys. All right, what about part D then? What are you guys saying with that one? Roots of a flower. Roots of a flower. Maybe. But you could have said like roots of a potato. I don't know if it has the same ring to it though. Roots of a potato. Remember guys, check the bottom right. Make sure you're live. So it would be in red. Yeah. So it would say live in red. So H is saying 27 over 10. Darius agrees. Mohammed, close. I don't know if it's right or wrong, by the way. It's just a slightly different denominator. It looks to be 27 over 10. Mohammed, double check what you've got on your denominators. Let's have a look. So, potato power. Maybe we'll create our own trend, innit? Flour power, but I think we can do potato power. Okay, so the negative, we're going to flip the fraction, yeah? Oh, it rhymes. Yeah, but Ashna, potato power just sounds better. Let's be real. We all love a good potato. Times. Then here, let's flip this fraction as well. 9 over 4. And 3 over 2. So here we're cube rooting, right? So what times by itself gives 64? The answer is 4. With 125, it's 5 times. Now here we have to root it first. So rooting the numbers, we have 3 over 2. Then cubed. Then we have 4/5 times. Then cubing the numerator and the denominator. 3 cubed is... Guys, I'm bugging. 27. 2 cubed, 8. Then from here we can do some positive alliteration, something like that. So the denominator we can say 40, but we can simplify that, right? So we can do that through cross cancelling. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. Multiplying the top, 1 times 27 is 27, then 5 times 2 is 10. Yeah? Sweet. So you can do it that way. So, you know, at GCSE, I feel like a lot of teachers teach this whole times the top and times the bottom as a bit of a cop-out. It's a bit easier to explain. But cross-cancelling, guys, when you get to A-level, it's just a better way of doing things. But really, that's for when we deal with algebra. When it comes to numbers, we would just use our calculators anyway. Yeah? Okay. I think a few of you were asking me, so I added it as a slide. After this, I'll talk a bit about my course, but there's a lot more maths I'm going to do with you guys today. So after this slide, I'll do a quick information about my course, and then we're going to keep doing some maths. So write down the value of x if 5 to the power of x is 25 root 5. So guys, what would you want to do there? What would be your recommendation? 5 to the power of x is 25 root 5. We want to find the power of x on 5. Yo, Sikander, what are you saying? Remember extrapolation. That was the GCSE trend. That was funny. I don't know if any of you guys attended my open GCSE stream, the practice paper I did. Good, so now we have to change the bases. Let's see to hear if you're correct. All exam boards, Sikander. Doesn't matter which you're doing. So we have 5 to the power of x is... Now what this is saying, what's the power on 5? Now 25, we have to write it as a power of 5. 25 is 5 squared times root 5. Now we know for our surds days, root 5 is 5 to the power of a half. So now this might help you guys figure out what the power of x of 5 would be, right? So when we multiply, we add the powers, right? So we're going to do 2 plus a half. Now you can say 2.5, but really, guys, I'm a big fan of fractions. So 5 over 2. So now all you need to do is compare the powers. X is 5 over 2. That's it. Or 2.5, whichever one is okay. I prefer 5 over 2. Sweet. Guys, can you try that for part B then? How would it work with part B? Dori Tahira, you'll get this one, I'm sure. So it's 5 to the power of 5 over 2 for sure, which meant x is then 5 over 2. Okay, what are you guys thinking for part B? Smart. Thanks, Reese. I try my best. Same concept, we're just dividing but you have to rewrite cubed root of 3 as a power. And then dividing means we're subtracting powers, right? I see you, Sikandar. I see you, Tahira. We have to see which one is the correct one. Getting some different answers here. Noah's saying 8/3. Philip agrees with Noah and H. Geo says 8/3. Beatrice as well. Okay, well, let's check it. So 27 is 3 cubed, right? And cube root of 3 is 3 to the power of a third. Yeah, remember, it's the denominator that tells you which root you're doing. So we're doing 3 to the power of 3 minus 1/3. Then we subtract them. Again, you can use your calculator, guys, if you want, but we're doing 9 minus 1 over 3, which is 8/3. Sweet. So you guys are correct, and those of you who corrected yourself, x is 8/3. Yeah? Nice. All right. Next one. Let x be 5 to the power p and y equal 5 to the power of q. If xy is 125 and xy squared is 25, find the value of p and the value of q. Guys, what does this look like to you? What does this look like to you? Hassan, with the recurring stuff, keep as a fraction. Yeah, you can say 2.6 and put a dot on top of the 6, but it's just easier for examiners as well. We prefer to read a fraction. Yeah. Sikandar, message me and I'll add you to my platform so that you can see all the homeworks and stuff. On there, you'll see my schedule. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Yeah. For those of you going into year 12. Nice. It's simultaneous equations, guys. Good. Now, the question is, what do you do to the two equations to eliminate either x or y? What do you guys think? What do you do to the two equations to eliminate either x or y? You would have done something similar. Hassan, you possibly are correct. Philip, you can message me on Insta, or if you go into the description, you'll see my WhatsApp, so you can message me there. No, Sikandar, everything I'm doing now is free. Hassan, I'm interested how you got y is 0.2. So we want to try and eliminate either x or y, right? So Tahira, we could rearrange. There's actually an easier way. Jakub, if there was a plus in between the x and the y squared and the x and the y, you'd be right. So guys, this is something you should have learned at GCSE when dealing with exponential functions. Remember, x and y squared will be multiplied together. Ishak, we'll do that after. So remember, there's multiplications in between. So you have to think what you need to do to eliminate one of the variables. If they're being multiplied, what do you need to do to eliminate one of the variables? Nori Sikandar. It's simpler than you guys think. So it's multiplication, and you need to use a different operation to cancel. There you go, Noah. Good. You have to divide the two equations, guys. You have to divide them. You don't need to rearrange for anything, just divide them. Because when you do x divided by x, they cancel. Then you have y squared divided by y is just y. Then you do 25 divided by 125, which, how many 25s go into 125? The answer is 5. Yeah? So it'll be 1 over 5. Yeah? Then from there, we can work out what x is. We just substitute it into like the second one. X times y, which is 1/5, is 125. So a fifth of a number is 125. We're just going to times both sides by 5. Yeah, to get rid of this. So x is 125 times 5, which is 625. But don't forget, guys, we're not done. Yeah? So I said x was 5 to the power of p. So here you're saying 5 to the power of p is 625. And then here y is 5 to the power of q is 1/5. So from there, guys, what would you say p is? I see your answer there, Abdullah. But now let's let everyone else think of their solutions. So what would P have to be? 5 to the power of a number is basically what it's saying, right? 5 to the power of a number is 625. What is that number? And then you have to think about the same thing with Q. 5 to the power of a number is 1/5. Madeline, this is something that I actually do with my GCSE students. So it's more so A-level. I prepare my GCSE students for A-levels a bit earlier on. But this is just skills that you learn in GCSE. So simultaneous equations is something through multiplication division is a GCSE topic. Yeah. It's just with the 5 to the power P and 5 to the power of the Q, maybe not so much. But that skill of the simultaneous is GCSE. Okay, guys, you're right. So P is 4. 5 to the power of 4 is 625. Then 5 to the power of -1 is 1/5. And that's your solution. Yeah? Cool. So this is a really key skill that we use in year 12. Yeah? All right. So a few of you are messaging me about my full course. So I have added it here. Yeah? So just very quickly, just to tell you guys about my course. So the lesson I just did right now, I mean, we still have more questions. We're not done yet. It's kind of like a taster to what my full lessons look like. So over the course of the year, I teach you guys the full year 12 spec. Yeah, I teach you everything you need to know for AS. And I do practice papers at the end to prepare you for your UCAS exams at the end of the year, which then you use to get your predicted grade to then apply to university. Yeah. So I do 2 hours a week, split up into 2 lessons. So you do 80 hours of lessons with me. Then for every lesson, you get homework. So there'll be 80 lessons, 80 homeworks. For every single homework, I give you video solutions so that you can see where you went right or where you went wrong. I tell you whether you're correct or incorrect. Yeah. Now I have 2 packages. It just depends which one you want. Yeah. The first one is the standard package. The standard package is just all my lessons, the 80 lessons, the 80 homeworks, all the video solutions, which there's hundreds of video solutions to make sure you guys know exactly what you're doing. All the practice papers. The practice papers all have homeworks for more practice. So you get all of that stuff. And then you get student community access on Discord so you can communicate with me and my other students on problems that you're stuck with. Then there's a pro package. Now the pro package, basically I give you a personal mentor who will look after you outside of lesson time. So if you're stuck with a question, my mentors who have all got A's and A stars at their A levels are there as like your personal trainer to help you with any things you are stuck with. And it doesn't just need to be what I'm teaching at the time. You're saying, look, I'm studying differentiation in school right now. Can you help me with this question? My mentors are there to help you with that. Yeah. And also part of my pro package, guys, I guarantee you an A or A star. Yeah. So that's something to know. I'm so confident in my course that if you take the pro package, and this is subject to terms and conditions that you're going to stay from year 12 all the way to the end of year 13, I will guarantee you an A or A star. Yeah. And if you don't, I'll give you your money back. It's just not, in my opinion, guys, like I said, I got an A star in maths when I was 16 years old. And I'm basically repeating what I did then and improving on it. Because obviously I'm a fully qualified teacher now. So I basically show you guys exactly what you need to do to get an A star. And I'm so sure of my methods that I'll give you your money back if you don't get your A or A star. But that's only if you get the pro package. Yeah. Does this cover just... Yeah, this is just maths, Reese. I will eventually build a further maths course. Maybe when you get into year 13, I'll have something available for you. But for now, this is just normal maths. And you can see here, guys, my Trustpilot reviews. It's like over 4.9. So, you know, the students who have been using my platform agree with everything I'm saying. Will you teach everything in the summer school? Rohan, no. So summer school is a warm-up to my full course. I'm getting your brain engaged, yeah? But year 12 is where, in September, is where I start, like, officially with the full course. More homeworks, more lessons, more study time with me, yeah? edXL curriculum has 2 books. Yeah, the other one's the applied section. So in A-level maths, guys, you have pure maths and applied maths. So, but I teach both of them as well. So don't worry about that. What happens in the pro package? So, man, think about last year. It's the exact same. You just have a personal trainer to help you with questions outside of lesson. And I guarantee you an A star. All live, Pramit. All of my lessons are live. You'll be chilling with me, having fun, learning, and doing all my homeworks as well. Rohan, no. Summer school will not cover all of year 12. It's just a warm-up. Reese, AQA maths. So just to clarify, guys, all specifications for normal maths are 99% the same. So, for example, OCR has a very slightly different specification with things like statistics, but it's like 1 markers, so you don't need to worry about things being different. For further maths, though, they are different. Yeah. Guys, for prices, I'm going to put them at the end because I want to carry on with the lesson. But just because you guys are here on my summer school for free, I'm going to give you guys a crazy, crazy offer that is only going to last probably about the next week. Yeah. So if you want the offer, I'm doing an insane discount. Just stay to the end. I'll tell you what it is. Yeah. But like I said, it's only going to last the next week. I'll keep it as affordable as possible, which is the whole point about why I'm doing this. Yeah. Okay. So guys, next one. If you have questions about the course, you have my WhatsApp in the description. You can message me or just wait to the end and I'll answer your questions there as well. Yeah. Reese, if you're going into year 13, come to my lessons on a Tuesday at 11. But yes, these are still there. My year 13s have basically the same offer as the year 12s. Yeah. Okay, so guys, part A. What would you say for this one? So we have 2x cubed, all cubed. Do you think that GCSE further maths is good prep? Hassan, yeah, for sure. GCSE further maths has like a bit of differentiation. It has all that stuff, which is like a light touch to take you through into year 12 for sure. All right, good job, guys. So the cubed basically distributes to both the 2 and the x cubed. So it'll be 2 cubed, but then you have the x cubed. So be careful. We're actually using rule 3 and the distributive law. I always struggle to say that properly. That's actually rule 9, which I'm covering there. Yeah, guys, check out rule 9. Okay, so 2 cubed is 8. Then we have x. And then we're going to do 3 times 3, which is 9. Yeah, good job. Now, let's do the same with part B. So maybe you guys want to work ahead. So I'm going to talk through them. Yeah, you guys can work ahead if you want. Yeah. So we have 27 to the power of a third. 27 to the power of a third means to cube root, right? So cube root of 27 is 3. Then for the rest of them, we have to multiply the powers, yeah? Look at what we did here. We multiplied the powers. So we're going to do 6 times a third. 6 times a third is 2. It's a third of 6, which is 2. Now the last one, we just have y. Now y is y to the power of 1. Yeah, so we're going to do 1 times a third. 1 times a third is just a third. Nice. All right, let me give you guys a chance to do C. What would C be? Bro, when I type B and then bracket, a smiley face comes. Oh, does it? Should I recover topics on GCSE maths or... Pramit, in my course in year 12, in September, I basically cover the most important GCSE topics to prepare you. So if you're going to study with me, then I would say don't worry about it because I've got you covered. But otherwise, yes. Okay, good. So guys, 2/3 means we need to cube root and then we need to square. Yeah, so 64, when you cube root it, you get 4. Yeah, then when you square 4, you get 16. Yeah, so remember, we're cube rooting 64 first. What multiplies by itself 3 times to give 64? The answer is 4, right? But then you need to square it, which is 16. Okay, then don't forget, we have to do the multiplications. Yeah, so we're going to do, and if you guys want to use the calculator, I don't mind for these, so, but you shouldn't really. 3 times 2/3. The 3's cancel, you just get squared, right? Then here, 12 times 2/3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So you get y to the power of 8. All right, sweet. Now with the last one, I guess we have to flip the fraction first, isn't it? Let's do that first. So let's flip it. So we have 5. And good job, guys. I see you all putting the answer in there. Just be careful with the power on x for a few of you. Was it? Yes, Holger, it will. Just come back to my YouTube and it'll be there, right? And make sure you join my free course. I upload all the streams there as well if you want it in one centralized place. So you have 5z cubed over 2x to the power of 5 y squared cubed. And then from there, guys, it's quite simple. We cube the numbers and then we multiply the powers by 3. And I see what you've written, Hassan. That looks good to me. Good job, man. So 5 cubed, yeah, 5 cubed is 125. Then don't forget, we multiply the powers, z to the power of 9. Divided by, then we're going to do 2 cubed. 2 cubed is 8. Then we do 5 times 3, 15. And then 2 times 3 is 6. Nice. All right. All right, next one. Change your basis. So we've kind of done a bit of practice on this. Another key skill required in year 12. Year 12, we learned something called logarithms. But right now we're practicing the GCSE skill of changing of basis that we can match the powers. But towards the middle of year 12, we'll study something known as exponentials and logarithms, where we can solve where the base numbers are just completely different. Yeah. Now for part A, guys, what would you recommend we do? What would you recommend we do there? And remember, guys, make sure there's no stream delay for you. Make sure you refresh. Make sure the bottom right is red. Log Gang, Ollie. That's not the crew I've been promoting here, yeah? I think there's a bit more of a stream delay here. I don't know why. I'll let you guys catch up. Let me just check something. Stream settings. Ah, I see why. There is a bit more of a stream delay. Okay, I'll let you guys catch up. I'll need to change it for the next stream. It's to do with the latency. I have to speak to my mandems to change that because it just increases the stream delay. All right, good. So guys, we need to make the bases the same, right? So we have 25 and 5. So we need the bases to be the same. So 25 is 5 squared. Then use a bracket. 3x plus 2 equals 5 to the power of 6x. Then the powers here, remember you multiply them. But you need to use a bracket because remember it's 3x plus 2. So we're going to do 2 times 3. So we get 6x. Then we have 2 times 2, which is 4, is 5 to the power of 6x. And then I realized that I have rewritten something slightly incorrect. Guys, can you... I don't know if you've written this down. Can you change this to 5x? My bad. I just had a bit of a typo there. Just change that to 5x. Then it will make sense. Okay, so it's still 5 to the power of 6x plus 4. But now we can compare the powers, right? So we're going to say that this now equals this. Yeah? Yeah, before it wouldn't have made sense because the 6x's would have cancelled, right? So we have 6x plus 4 equals 5x. I'm aware that there's a bit more of a stream delay because of the latency that's set on this stream. I can't change it whilst I'm streaming, but... So moving that here, and the 4 can come over there, we get x equals minus 4. Yeah? All right, sweet. Guys, can you try with part B? How would you rewrite part B, and then what would you get for X here? Nice, Pramit. Nice, Reese. For the previous part, nice, Mohammed. Nice, Yuva. Nice, Hassan. And Nazra. Yeah, just a bit of a typo there. Well, part B though. I'm aware there's a bit more of a stream delay, so I'll let you guys have a bit of a chance to answer that one. So you gotta think what the power of what number can be used to rewrite 16 and 64. And then you want to solve that. If anything, you might even want to move the 64 to the other side, right? Pramit, you're saying minus a half. So you have x plus 2 equals 64. Mohammed agrees with you. Sinan also agrees. So I'm assuming you guys have chosen 4, right? So 16 is 4 squared to the power of x plus 2. And then 64 is 4 cubed, right? Okay, sweet. Looks like you guys agree. So we put a bracket on here. We're multiplying the 2. So we have 2x plus 4 is 4 cubed. And then, yeah, you guys are correct. So when you equate the powers, you get 2x plus 4 is 3. Move that over. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. Divided by 2, minus 1/2. Nice. Remember, guys, when we get to A level, in general, keep your answers fraction, because a lot of the time you're going to use your calculator as well, and it will keep it as a fraction. Yeah. All right. Have a go at part C. H, I don't know if that is for part C. I'm not sure. And Abdullah, I don't know if you were typing away there for part C. But what would you guys say for that one? Abdullah, is your thing bugging? -5 hashtag. Nice, Ollie. +7. X is -4, Mohammed says. So how comes we can forget the big... So, Ishak, what we're doing is we're writing both numbers so that they have the same base number. So the big number you're talking about is the base number, right? If two numbers are equal and they have the same base number, it just means the powers are the same. So it's not that I'm just getting rid of or forgetting about them. I'm just saying that the powers have to be the same for those two things need to be equal. Okay, H, I hear you. So here, what we're saying, we're going to rewrite. I would rewrite everything as a power of 9, right? So we have 9 to the power of 2x plus 6 is 1 over 81 is 9 squared, isn't it? Then we know what that looks like. That looks like it's being reciprocated, right? Now, reciprocal, yeah, so this is a reciprocal, means we have flipped the fraction. So that means negative power is 9 to the power of -2, yeah? Kids, probably like then another 15 minutes or so. So we equate the powers. So we have 2x plus 6 is -2. Move that over. So we get -8. And then divide by 2, we get -4. Nice. All right. So that's change of basis. Yeah. This is another key skill that from GCSE needs to be understood for A levels. Yeah. All right. Next one is backwards application. So probably a more tough GCSE topic, but it's something that you do need to know, especially for A levels. Yeah. Now here, I want to solve x to the -2/3 is 5 to the power of 4/9. Now here, nice acid, Lun Gang and that. For here, we want to rearrange for x by applying powers to both sides to basically get rid of the minus 2/3. So for here, guys, I want you to give me some suggestions. What would you do first when you see that? There's definitely something I would want to do first. What do you guys think? What would be a logical thing to do? It is a mixed fraction, and that's something I would probably... Good. On the right line, acid. That looks scary. So, first thing, yeah, is we want to rewrite the mixed fraction, yeah? So, guys, with this, because we are going to apply things to both sides, it's just easier to work with improper fractions. So, we'll write it as 5 times 9 is 45 plus 4, 49 over 9. Yeah? Now what we're going to do to both sides is apply a power to start getting rid of the minus 2/3. Yeah? Make the right side also 2/3. Great, on the right line, but we're basically thinking, what do we do to both sides here to start cancelling out the minus 2/3? So, essentially what you're thinking about is what power do you need to put here so that the minus 2/3 will cancel with it. So what would you... Because remember, you're multiplying. So you're saying minus 2/3 times what would just cancel it out completely. Minus 2/3 times what would cancel out completely. So the minus 1 for sure. So the minus, so like Scrap said, so you can do it in stages as well. So if you recip, yeah, by recipping, you would get rid of the negative. And Tahira, you're right with that minus 3 over 2. And you can apply that to both sides. But if we recip, guys, you would have x to the power of 2/3 because you have flipped it, right? Then you would get 9 over 49. Yeah? But then, if you were to explain to me what you would do to both sides to get rid of either the 2 or the 3, what would you say? And H, you're nearly there with the, you just need a minus. Darius, you would be correct. So that's how you do it if you wanted to do it all in one step. I'll show you guys how you do it in individual steps. So what would you do to both sides to maybe get rid of either the 2 in the numerator or the 3 in the denominator? You're thinking about what they represent and what's the opposite of that. That's kind of what we're going for here. So for example, you're thinking about what that 2 represents. What would you do to both sides to get rid of it? Think about what it represents and what the inverse of that is. We all know what a 2 in the power means. What's the inverse of that? Yes, good. So, Primate, square root both sides and h. So that 2 means to square, right? So if we want to get rid of it, we need to square root, yeah? And so like Vishva, you said cube it, then square root. You're correct. It doesn't matter which order you do it in. My advice would be to make the numbers smaller, because if you cube 9 and 49, you're going to get really massive numbers, right? So this square root. Now here we have to be careful. So we get rid of the square, so the 2 will just change to 1. Now I'll get 3 over 7. Is that correct, do you think? Why is the fraction not flipped when recip? I did flip it. Oh, do you mean the x? So Philip, look at the minus. The minus just disappeared. So when you recip it, you get rid of the minus, yeah, because you recip. Can you see it's disappeared? That's what happened. The one on the right side, we did flip that one. So is it just 3/7? Am I completely correct there? I see what you've written there, Darius. But it looks like I'm not entirely correct at the moment. Why not? I am going to cube it eventually, Pramit, but in terms of when I square rooted, I'm not entirely correct right now. It's something that, you know, students always lose marks here. Always. I said square root. Good, Vishva. You get plus or minus. So, guys, you square rooted. Yeah, so you're going to get two answers here. This is very different to solving something like x to the power of a half, because that's a positive root function. But here, I have an x squared and I've square rooted, so you get positive and negative. Now what we're going to do is cube both sides to get rid of this third. So the cube of 3 is 27, and then 343 is the cube of 7. Then you get the negative version. So you do get two answers here. Okay, nice. Guys, let's try with part B. Can you tell me in stages what we would do? So I have x to the minus 4/3 equals 81 over 256. So what would you guys want to do first when doing a backwards application to find what x is? What are you guys saying with that one? So use inspiration from part A in terms of the order in which we do things. So there's three stages here. Keep in mind there's a... Okay, so deal with the negative first. Good. Flip the fraction or recip. Yeah, so guys, the first thing I would recommend we deal with is the negative. I hate negatives in powers. So we get rid of the negative and flip that second fraction. Nice. Then what would you guys do? What would be a good thing to address next? Good. With the recips and the flips. What would be the next thing you guys would want to do? I see what you've written, Hassan. I'm going to take in... I'll catch up with you and see if you're correct. Okay, so we want to do, like Scrapper said, deal with the fourth root. Okay, you guys are all saying an x. Good. So we're going to do the fourth root. Yeah, so we're going to do the fourth root. So we get x is x power of 1/3. So what times by itself 4 times to give you 256 is 4, isn't it? 4 times 4, 16 times 4, 64 times another 4 is our 256, right? Over 3. Now, is that correct? I see Mohammed and also Hassan mention the plus or minus. Now, guys, this is very important. Something that students, even year 13s, forget this all the time. When you are taking an even root, yeah, so square root, fourth root, sixth root, eighth root, as long as it's even, you always get plus or minus. If it's an odd number, you always get one solution, yeah? So you have to write plus or minus 4/3. Good. So last thing, we're going to cube both sides to get rid of the 1/3, right? So we're going to cube all the numbers here. 4 cubed is 64 over 27, and then minus 64 over 27. Alia, very soon, I would say within the next 10 minutes maybe, we will be done. Okay, part C, guys. What are we saying there? What would you guys recommend? There's actually many different ways we could do this one. I want to see which one you guys decide to do first. Good, Tira. And well done, Hassan, for getting that really early on. And Mohammed as well. Nice, Darius and Tahira. With part C, though, what are we saying? There's two ways, I think. Well, yeah, there's two ways we could address this one. Kind of just depends which one you see first. Okay, so Ashna, you're saying get rid of the minus a third by recipping both sides first. We can definitely do that way. And then at the end, I'll explain to you guys another way we could have done it. So we can get rid of the negative on that bracket by recipping. So it would just become a third, and then that'll be a half. Then what would you do? Once you've addressed the reciprocal to keep it as a positive power, what would you do? Let's see, H. It could be. Acid, you forgot your... Oh, I see what you've done. You could do that now if you want. But you forgot to apply it to the 64 as well. Okay, so guys, here is where you could do two things. Either you can cube both sides. Yeah, so you can cube both sides to get rid of that power 1/3. Or you can distribute the 1/3 and do it that way instead. Yeah, 64 to the power of a third is 4. Then remember you do multiplication. 3 times a third actually cancels. So we have this, which is then 1/2. Then finally, you divide by 4, which is where, Abdullah, I can see you got that early on. H, just forget about that. Unless you just ignore your 4 there. So you get 1/8. Yeah? So you could have just cubed both sides and then you would have divided by 64, then cube root. But here you could have distributed that power as well. So really, guys, it's about what I try and do is show you guys different methods. It's all about having more tools in your toolbox to solve a variety of problems, right? But the main thing is that you get an 1/8 at the end. Sweet. Okay, so guys, a lot of you asked me about the prices. And like I said, I'm doing like a major discount for all of you. So remember, this is with all the homeworks, the lessons, all that stuff. So basically what I used to charge, this is for the year. Yeah, so guys, everything I'm talking about is for the whole year. So I used to charge £600 for the pro course for the whole year and £800. That's the other way around, actually. My bad. The standard, the 800 was for the pro, 600 for the standard. But I'm basically halving the price for the pro, and the standard, I'm doing a third of the price. Yeah. And you can see how much it works out per hour of engagement with me. Yeah. Remember, guys, the pro, I'm guaranteeing you an A or A star. Yeah. But that's subject to you studying with me for 2 years. And if you wanted to do for both years, then you can do that as well. Yeah. But that's what you need to do if you wanted the guarantee. So, like I said, it works out to like less than £2 an hour. Yeah. Like I said, these things are the wrong way around. My bad. So these should be the wrong way around. But this is only going to last about a week. Yeah. If you need other options, you can just message me. So in WhatsApp, yeah, just go to the description, message me the code word summer. We can discuss your options. Yeah. But, you know, I'm basically guaranteeing you an A or A star for about £3 an hour. That's all I'm asking. Yeah. I'm trying to make it as cheap as possible for you. This is a 2-year grind for you. And if you commit for those 2 years, it works out to about £2 an hour. And I'll say, look, I can guarantee you'll get an A or A star with me. So, you know, this offer is not going to last very long. So if you're interested, you know, I'm not putting a gun to your head. You can message me the code word summer. But like I said, I'm only going to really be doing this for the next week. And then it's going to change. So, man said 800 for 2 years, that's a bargain. Man let him on. So is this 400 per? Basically, yeah. So you can lock in the price because next year it's all going to go up, right? Inflation and all that. So right now I'm locking it as cheap as I can for you guys. So if you are interested, just drop me a message. You know, traditional tuition you know, I used to charge £100 an hour when students would come to me for one-to-one. Now I can do it for you for £2 an hour. So it's this kind of vibe, yeah? So you'll do all these lessons with me, you'll have the chat with all the students, you'll have mentors, you'll have homeworks, video solutions, all of this stuff, yeah? So it's all about being part of being part of a community of students who want to learn and want to do well. And as part of that community, I will guarantee you grades. Obviously with standard, I can't because you don't have the mentors and all of that stuff. But yeah, that's it. Man said inflation. But yeah, it's up to you. I mean, with the standard package over 2 years, you're talking about £1 an hour. You know, if you could get all of this stuff that I was saying for £1 an hour, that's a crazy amount of content. So yeah, it's up to you guys. You could either message me on Instagram DMs, NeilDoesMaths, or WhatsApp me. In the description, there's a link to my WhatsApp. And you can message me. And if you want other options, again, just message me Summer and we can have a chat in it. Can't lie. And if you guys have any other questions, just let me know. If you want to see what is in there, yeah, you can see it here if you want the difference between the two. It's actually good. Can you pull up the other slide? Oh yeah, there you go, scrap. But if we message you, does the... Yeah, so guys, you also have a 14-day money back guarantee. So if you paid me and we start in September and over 2 weeks you weren't happy or something, happy to give you your money back. So you're basically locking in this price until mid-September when we start. Will Standard and Pro have this? Yeah, guys, so the same lessons. So Standard and Pro have the exact same lessons. The only thing you don't get in Standard is the guarantee and mentors, your personal trainer, basically. Acid, these students are all over the place, to be fair. You'll be surprised how many would pay £100 an hour. Blake, drop me a message and we can discuss, yeah? Can we find this on the website? Esther, my website is being upgraded, so it's best for you to just drop me a message and then I'll send you the links for you to sign up, yeah? But if we message you, the payment doesn't... Oh yeah, so I think I've answered that now. Can you pull up the... Yeah, sweet. Part-time job it is. Just bought a motorcycle as well, broke. Well, kids, I would say lock in the discount, then fix the motorcycle. I'm trying to invest in a Vespa next year, I can't lie. Yours is a motorcycle, mine would be a moped. Sashman, September is where the full thing starts. But I'm still going to keep doing these warm-up sessions until then. Primate, just message me and we can discuss that, yeah? Where the lessons held. Great, in this kind of environment on YouTube. So is the pro version the same as standard, just with a tutor? Well, Philip, I'll always be teaching you. It's just the pro, you get a personal mentor to help you out. No, so my will come out, so you lock out the discount. But then if you're not happy during September, like in the 2 weeks of September, then I would refund you. All right, guys. If you're still about, yeah, thank you for joining me. Remember, we have a session every Wednesday at 11 a.m. So we'll have one next week. Make sure you message me about joining the platform for the homework studies. It's all free, yeah? But otherwise, I'm going to hang about here for a little bit longer to answer your questions. But otherwise, peace out, you lot. Make sure you drop a like on the stream and make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you come and follow me on TikTok as well, because there I'll be posting a bunch of math stuff, yeah? So, peace out, guys. Thank you for joining me today for this. I had a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing you all next Wednesday. Like I said, I'll hang about here for like the next 5 or so minutes if you have any questions. See you later, Shaq. All right, speak to you in a bit, Philip. So if you ain't guaranteed... H, well, there is, because you're still going to get... Look all the things you'd be getting. You just don't have someone that you can message if you're stuck. That's all. See you, Ashnut. Get a buzz cut. I'll buy 3 pro packages. What? 3 2-year pro packages? Then I'll maybe have a think about it. Nice, kids. Looks like a heavy bike, but it sounds heavy for 50 cc's. No worries, Vishwa. Bye, Noah. See you, Mohammed. No worries, Iman. Take care. See you, Esther. Bye, Alia. See you, Yuva. So with the summer discount, how much is the 2-year course standard? Afra, I think. Wait. Ooh. 400 for 2 years. It works out to like £1 an hour, like when you break it down. Yeah. How much of a step up do you reckon further maths is to regular GCSE? Hassan, pretty significant. Further maths, you're kind of exploring a whole new dimension. You're looking at complex numbers where you can root negatives. So further maths is a completely different style of mathematics. So yes, huge. See you, Trishan. Yeah, it's all about dedication, H, and the mentors are there to aid you with that. Yeah. So, like I said, they're like your personal trainer. They can help you get there a bit faster. Nice, Matt. You got a motorbike too. Why is everybody getting motorcycles all of a sudden? It's not very good in this weather, I can't lie. But soon, I'm going to be riding on that Vespa, innit? A red Vespa. Next year. Next year. No worries, Hassan. I'll probably chill on here for like another minute or so. Yeah, I hear that surfing days. No worries, H. It's good to have you on here. And for sure, I'll be seeing you next week, right? When does the first payment? Sashman, I'll send you a link for you to do the payment. So it would come through straight away. So that's how you lock in the discount. But like I said, you have a 14-day money back guarantee when the course starts. So we're only in August right now. So you would lock it in now, and then you have until mid-September to decide if you want to carry on or not. See you, Matt. Yo, T for D, respect, man. Welcome back. I got your back always. I'm glad I helped you. Lun Gang for life and that. Nice one, H. No, Sash, man. And guys, if you have any more questions, just make sure you hit me up on WhatsApp. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next Wednesday, same time, 11 a.m. Peace out, guys.